Hey, y'all, Elise Smith here, and welcome to the Socially Awesome Podcast, where we empower mompreneurs to implement simple social media strategies into their businesses and elevate their online presence. I'm a mompreneur of three, an affiliate marketer, a network marketer, an influencer, a social media marketing agency owner, and your personal guru. I am here to give you tips, tricks, and tools that you need to build your social media business. Let's dive in. Hey guys, welcome back to the Socially Awesome channel. Elise Smith here, and I'm excited today to talk to you about 7 reasons attraction marketing does not work for you. I'm going to tell you those reasons. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what you can do to fix that. I'm not here to say attraction marketing doesn't work at all. I'm here to bust some of the myths of how you go about doing it. Okay, so if you are listening or you're watching on social media somewhere or on YouTube, drop me a comment. Let me know if it's working for you or not, where you're listening or watching from. If you're on the podcast, shoot me a message on social. I want to connect with you. I want to listen. I want to listen to my listeners. I want to know what you want to know. Okay. Also, if you're on the podcast, be thankful because today is super casual and I'm over here, no makeup, messy bun, rocking the shirt because I was like, this has to get out. Like this message has to go out because I have so many people that have joined my network marketing company. If you don't know my story, I changed network marketing companies recently back in February. I've already hit the top 3% of the company with a leadership position as vice president, almost 400 people in my downline so far. And so many of them have come in and been like, yeah, but I was just always taught attraction marketing. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. What is your take on attraction marketing? And they're like, well, I just post, like really pretty aesthetic photos of me by my new, Cadillac and be like, thank you, network marketing. Like, no, honey, no, that is not. Attraction marketing is definitely something that you can utilize, but it's very passive. And when you're just getting started in business, I'm not talking about passive income. I'm talking about passive marketing. Okay. So don't get that confused. When you are just getting started in business, you can't be passive. How are you going to grow an audience, right? First of all, attraction marketing is not going to work if you don't have an audience. Like if you got like 200 friends on Facebook, posting your little picture by your caddy is not going to do anything. I'll be honest. Somebody actually asked me one time when I posted a picture of me in my car at my previous company. We had a car bonus and I earned it like a couple times, like a handful of times. Definitely not enough times to like pay the car. Okay. And I'm not saying people don't. People absolutely do. I wasn't very successful at that company. Just going to be honest. I've been very successful at my new company. So yay. But like twice, somebody was like, yeah, her husband's job pays for that. Like they did not believe it, guys. So look, we're just going to dive right into the 7 reasons because I'm going to rant to you throughout this process. But I really hope that you get some value out of this episode and you really understand why it's not working for you. You'll notice my title didn't say it does not work. It says why it does not work for you. And that's because so many people are doing it wrong, okay? And I call bullshit when people tell you that's all you have to do to make sales is attract people. People will attract, you show your lifestyle and people will be attracted to you. Sure, that works for the millionaire who works 2 hours a day. But when you're faking it, when you're just getting started and you're working 15 hours a day and you don't know what to do and you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't had lunch yet. I'm dying inside. I haven't made a sale. You got a terrible money mindset and you're posting a picture by your caddy like, yeah, people can tell it's not real. People can feel in your content when you're faking it till you make it. That doesn't work around here anymore. Okay, it doesn't work around here anymore. Especially post-COVID, people want authenticity. And if you learn anything from me ever, it's be yourself. Be yourself. Here I am, and you can't see me if you're on the podcast, but like I said, in the t-shirt, totally unbranded right now, mom bun, half wet hair with no makeup and all the scarring on my face because I was like, this message has to get out before I leave for Jamaica. Like I got to get it out.
And I apologize, guys. I know I usually keep my episodes 10 minutes or less on Tuesday. This episode's going to be a little longer because this is very important. So if you're watching on social, like I said, drop in the comments and let me know if you have been taught by an upline, by a coach, by a boss or a supervisor, attraction marketing. That's all you got to do. You just got to attract the people to you. I'm going to tell you why that doesn't work when you're just starting. Okay. All right. Let's just dive right in. This is why it does not work. So 1, understanding the law of attraction. Most people don't understand it. Just because you watch that little movie on Netflix with Bob Proctor, do you really understand it? The law of attraction is like 2,000 years old. Okay. Not kidding. Not kidding at all. And it was years of study that created it. Okay. The law of attraction, they've been teaching it forever. A lot of people have been a student of it forever, okay? But it's all about understanding it's mindset for the most part, okay? It's not it's a ripoff for you to think that you can just join a company, post a couple pictures of you and your Starbucks pumpkin spice, and be like, this is what I'm doing on a Tuesday, and make a bunch of sales. Like, sure, that does bring leads in, but is that going to get you to 6 figures and beyond? No. When they're describing attraction marketing, that's not what it is. Okay. That's not attraction. That's self-promotion. Okay. So when you are posting, or when you've been told by an upline or a supervisor to just do that type of posting, that's self-promotion. And if we have learned anything about social media, especially in 2023, your posts need to be geared towards your audience, not you. Now, am I going to tell you that I'll never post anything about myself? No. If I win an award, I was going to get one to show you for the people that are watching. If I win an award, or I got certified in something that is valuable to my potential clients, like, hey, partnering with me, I'm a certified master coach. There is a benefit to that versus you going to hire somebody off Fiverr, right? Yes, that is somewhat self-promotion, but that needs to be 20% of your content, not 80%, not thinking that that's the only thing you need to do. Okay. So that's why a lot of people that started businesses in 2020 are now lost, and they're not seeing the same results because they're only self-promoting through what they think is attraction marketing. All right. Number 2, fashions and fads, they come and they go. Okay. So how we got followers, how we wrote copy in 2020 is not the same as 2023. Okay. It comes and it goes. So like MySpace. Who remembers having MySpace? Let me know in the comments if you're on Facebook. Do you have a MySpace? There is now something called Clapper. Who has a Clapper? Right? It's not about the size of your list or your followers. It's the relationship you have with them and how you make a difference and build a bigger following. Okay? You're going to build a bigger following through providing value, giving them good content, staying very small in the self-promotion, and giving and giving and giving. The same principles endure over and over and over, and trying to fool people with manufactured images is not going to attract anyone. You going to rent a Mercedes for a day so you can drive it around and get some reels in it is not going to really attract anyone. It might get you like 10 leads. But as soon as you get in the DMs with those people and you have conversations, they're going to realize that's not authentic. That ain't even your Mercedes. Now, am I saying you should never rent anything? No. If you've been watching my social media, you've been seeing my branding photos, okay? Obviously, I don't look like that every day, okay? And I did rent a space to take those photos in. But that is 20% of my content. Right? The other 80% of the time you see me here in a messy mom bun doing my jam because people pay for what's up here. Period. That's just how it is. Okay. So you've got to keep it real. You'll do much better following experts, picking their brains and promoting them because it's honest, it delivers good content from real experts Share my content. You're more than welcome to share it. I would love that for you because I do provide good value. And you can even give me credit and make it your own and say, hey, I learned this from Elise. And today I want to share this because I learned it from her and it's been valuable to me. That's providing value. And honestly, it's pretty rare. And it's an attractive thing in today's world. If you've ever seen someone that has high engagement on social media and they're pretty successful in social media, you're going to probably notice they do shout outs, not just testimonials about like, hey, this is my client. This is how I doubled her income. You're also going to be like, hey, this is my business bestie and she's selling such and such makeup and I tried it and it covered all of the stuff on my face for my photos. I'm going to give her a shout out. I'm going to promoting other people because people want to see that you're connecting and you're creating a network. Okay. It's crazy important. It's crazy important. Okay. Number 3 is noise. So quite simply, the law of attraction is about creating a mind and a superior relationship with the force of all good in the universe and sitting still and being quiet and raising your subconscious. Right? That is what the law of attraction is about. It's about being quiet, not noisy. And the law of attraction begins with silence. So, in those moments of self-discovery and we realize actions are taken by the same person in the hopes that these actions will change the person, the results are going to be a failure because it's noisy. It's just noise. And if we're running around self-promoting all the time, thinking that making an attractive fake lifestyle. And I'm not saying it's all fake. Some of you probably do live that lifestyle. But you know what? Most of the people watching are going to be like, good for you. Very small percentage are going to be like, help me. If it's self-promotion, okay? So when was the last time that you were attracted to the noise? And let me give you an example for noise. Like when you go to a dealership, you want to buy a car. Someone's going to meet you in the parking lot before you even get out of that passenger side of that truck. Somebody's going to be like, can I help you buy a car? Right? And you're like, no, it's okay. We just want to look, right? Cool. You walk around for like 3 minutes and here comes another one out the side door. Hey, anybody helping you buy a car? Like, you know what I'm talking about? It's noise. And you're like, oh my God. And you end up just getting back in your truck and leaving because you're like, I don't want none of this, right? It's noise. It's noise. So you really have to learn how to be quiet. Self-promotion is noise. And self-promotion or promotion of a guru that you have no evidence with, okay, is really bad, loud noise. So what I'm telling you is like if you're just promoting like people that you've never worked with and you can't give real testimonials for those people, it's a bad idea. I've been burned doing that. So it's a bad idea. Don't do it. Okay. So number 4 is the golden rule. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Attraction marketing experts, don't seem to realize the law of attraction was spelled out by, a friend 2,000 years ago. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a lot of stuff in the teaching about telling the truth. And I watched the movie on Netflix. I've read the books. I've done a lot of research on it. Okay. It's all about telling the truth. So I'm pretty sure it was some, in some scripture, telling lies is not okay to get what you want. Right. And I don't want to like blab a whole bunch of facts at you guys, but it's really about treating people the way you want to be treated. So if you're creating this facade to use the law of attraction because that's what you've been taught to do, people can see right through it. And then, so let's say it works for you, right? Let's say it works for you. You post that fancy beach photo of you. You're like, man, this is everything I've ever dreamed of. And, you should be here. Okay. And like I said, you can go back through my photos. I've got some that are very much like that, but it has to be a very small percentage, guys. Okay. So I'm not telling you it never works, but I also have a large audience, and that's what I'm going to get to here in a minute. You post that fancy photo and you're like, this is what I do on a Tuesday. and there's no value, there's no engagement, there's no asking your audience, like, is this something you would be interested in? Wouldn't you like to be here? Do you want to know how I can help you get here? Like, if it's not about them at all, then you're losing them. Okay. And then how do you feel when they do join you and then they're not successful at recreating what you made look like real? And then they're like, hey, Elise, I joined you and like you haven't given me the tools I need to be on a beach on a Tuesday. Now, you can't be completely responsible for other people's results. If you provided the tools and they don't use them, that's on them. I got a whole bunch of those kind of people. But I'm just going to tell you, if it's all fake, they're going to find out. And then you're going to look like a jackass. Yes, I said that. All right. Moving on. Number 5, service. The law of attraction is activated via service to others with no expectation of return. Not self-promotion with expectation. So, like, this has nothing to do when you're just self-promoting. That has nothing to do with the attraction. So you've got to include, how are you serving other people? When you start focusing on serving other people, the money comes. That's how you attract people to you. That is how you do it properly. When I start posting tips to grow your social media, tips to grow your audience, tips for this, or I start telling people, hey, look, I found this new tool. Do you want me to teach you how to use it? However it looks like for you to serve people, that's when they get attracted to you, because they're like, she's giving back all of this. I want to be by her. Not, hey, look at me. I made $20,000 last month sitting at the pool on a Tuesday. That's not it, guys. That's not it. Okay, so you got to focus on serving. If you do a lot of self-promotion, attraction marketing, what you consider attraction marketing, okay, do that in your stories. Keep that off your feed. Do that in your stories, because people can flip right through it and the stories disappear every 24 hours, so you can see what people like and don't like and change it. So I will tell you that I am more salesy in my stories, because the people that take the time to watch my stories are the ones that want my offers. So I will be open about that, okay? All right, number 6 is money. If you are investing money to create an image that is meant to drive customers or prospects, that's advertising. Nothing to do with law of attraction. So you running Facebook ads, that's not law of attraction. That's called advertising. Okay? Advertising, not good nor bad in itself. It is what it is. You ever buy something based on an ad and then just be disappointed and be like, I can't believe I just bought that. Right? It did not even come close to what was promised to you. Advertising ourselves as experts when we're not, pretty much is the same thing. So when you're like, I'm over here making 5 times as much money as I did in my cubicle, and you're really not, you're false advertising, guys. Like, most people want to just make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. Most people can't see far enough into their future to envision themselves being a millionaire. So you are creating something that, one, is either too far for people to realize, or you're false advertising. Don't do it. You would be better off making content about how you finally got to buy Captain Crunch instead of the cereal O's or whatever Walmart brand is. You'd be better off making a post about that than a fake post about false promises. I don't care what your upline says. If your upline's got a problem with what I'm saying, put me in a 3-way with them. I'd love to talk to them. Doesn't bother me. You are 100% more likely to see results that you really want to see being authentic. The law of attraction is being authentic. I can be as weird and quirky and dressed down as I want, and I'm going to attract more people because I'm being myself, and people can tell I'm being myself. Okay? So don't go buy the buzzwords and think that they just make a difference, and you just need to spend more money. If you spend another $49 a month, you would bring in more leads. If you set your hook for lottery, mentality type of folks, that's what you're going to get. That's not attractive at all. Okay. Now, we all have offers. If you have online business at all, you have offers. Okay. I got offers that are $39 a month. Some people want it, some people don't. But you got to understand that if you're just, advertising yourself constantly, then you're not going to be able to get the people that are going to be with you for the long haul. Okay. All right. Number 7. The law of attraction is always on. Always. It's so dumb to think that we can turn it on or off. So it is a fundamental universal law that attracts like. So how can you attract like things or like people if you're not being like your real self? You want to keep attracting the same things? Stay the same. You want to attract different things? Start changing. Not what you do, but who you are. Okay? You ever heard the thing about putting lipstick on a pig, right? Sure, you can go drop 20 grand on a coaching program. Hell, I'd love to coach you for $20,000. You're more than welcome to send me a DM. I'll send you an invoice. But if you're not willing to take my advice and change and be different, not just be like, I bought a coaching program, so I'm now a real business owner. It doesn't work that way. If you don't actually do the work and do the change, it ain't going to work. Okay. So it never turns off. It's always on. And the only real difference between, like plants and animals is we can change how we think. We can change how we behave. We can change what we attract. So, like you'll see how we behave and what we attract, but make not a mistake about it. It's always running 24/7. So you'll see how there's a plant and it blooms. And then like I got these lilies in my backyard. Ooh, pops up. And then the next year, another one pops up and another one pops up and another. And I only planted one. That it's right. It's multiplying. That's kind of how attraction marketing works. It's going to attract more people and you're going to multiply in your audience size and your audience numbers and your following by just being real. But you can change your behavior. That's the difference. You don't have to stay the same, right? But you got to make that decision. So continuing to whine and moan about, here's another month and damn power bill went up $100 and groceries cost like $400 a week now and gas is like $55 and just whining and complaining instead of changing and doing something different. Still going to be the same next month. Probably going to cost you more next month, right? So really know that you can't turn it off. So you can be all in it, all in 20 right in front of you. You could be all in and acting the part. I'm going to act the part. And then tomorrow when you think you're going to turn it off, your brain is going to be just muddled confusion, okay? So just know the law of attraction can change our lives, but it takes work. And that's why it's not working for you, is most people aren't willing to put in the work. So I will end with, it does get easier to have that passive marketing when you have a larger audience. So in the beginning, when you're just getting going, you got to grow that audience. I got a combined audience of like 70-something thousand. So for me, I'm not going to say it's easy because I'm still growing. I'd like to double that audience by the end of the year. That's a goal of mine. But when you have more people to talk to, it gets easier. But if you're not willing to go out and grow that audience, you're going to just keep spinning your wheels and you're not going to have anyone to attract to you. How are you going to attract people to you if you don't have the people? It's just how it works. So I had to come on and talk about this because I've got so many people in my in my Voxer, some of my clients. I've got people on my team right now, and they're like, yeah, but I've just been taught to like, post little tidbits of my day and just show my fabulous life, and I'm just going to get to 6 figures. It's going to take you a really, really long time. But if you start learning how to provide value and how to have conversations, it's going to happen a lot faster for you. A lot faster. And I can confidently say that. I started my business June 2nd, actually. June 2nd of 2022. I left my job. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I can't do this. Walked away. And I hit 200,000 in a year. And I hope to double that in the next 12 months. And that's insane. Saying that out loud is insane. Because that's quadruple. Quadruple's 4, right? Quadruple my salary, what I was making. But that didn't happen because I posted a picture of me by my mom's pool being like, get to work by the pool. It happened because I went out and I had conversations and I built relationships and I teach people what I know. I don't gatekeep. I don't be like, yeah, I know how to do that. You want to pay me and I'll show you. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I ask for money in return for coaching and consulting and my work. I know my value. I know my hourly rate. But I provide value to my audience, whether they're my client or not. Okay, so I hope this helps someone. This episode was definitely a lot longer than normal, but very much needed because the word attraction or words attraction marketing is tossed around so passively that people think it's just hands off. It's going to happen. Manifest it in my life. Like, yes, that has a place, but you got to do some work too. Okay, so if you're watching this on Facebook, on my personal profile, I do trainings in my group, Socially Awesome Entrepreneurs, 2 to 3 times a week, like providing value, screen sharing. I did one today on how to use, how I use Trello to track leads in my business, my network marketing business. I do that every day. I do that weekly, guys. So if you're not in that group, drop the word group, either one of my assistants or myself, probably my assistants because I'm headed out to Jamaica early in the morning. We'll get you the link to get in there, or you can find it at the link in my bio. If you're on the podcast, it's going to be in my show notes. If you're on YouTube, it's going to be in my show notes. Okay. So make sure that you are joining and getting plugged in and leave us a review on the podcast. We'd absolutely love it. I'd love for you to connect with me on social. Let me know what you want me to coach on or teach on. I'm always looking for, what my audience needs are. And until next time, make it simple, make it social, and make it awesome. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I'm Elise Smith, your host, and let me tell you how you can get a free social media audit from me. Make sure that your profile is optimized and you're ready to build. Take a screenshot of you listening to this episode, throw it in your stories and tag me. You can find my handle in the show notes. I will share it to my entire audience and you will be entered to win one of the 5 free audits that I'll be doing every single month. Number 2, if you found any value out of this episode or any of my episodes at all, please feel free to leave a review. It is the best compliment you can give. Lastly, make sure you check out the link to get into my free community, Socially Awesome Entrepreneurs. It's in the show notes. We go live in there weekly with guest trainings and more. Until next time, make it simple, make it social, and make it awesome.